Hello friends and traders, this is Punam. Welcome to my channel FinMarket View, your guide to smart market moves. Please look at the disclaimer, this is not a financial advice. Alright, let's dive into the charts. Let's review our weekend edition broad market review. We'll start with S&P 500 cash index. S&P 500 cash index this week closed at 5667 and it's an interesting week. This week pretty much it's a range bound market between 5700 to 5600 last 5 trading days, and the momentum still a little bit of positive on the upside, and if this momentum continues then we may expect this price push to the 5800 our supply overhead supply area and look for come back to test these lows at least. So this 5800 is an important supply overhead supply area because this is a prior demand, prior supply is has been broken out on a daily chart. So watch areas are 5800 on supply and 5400 on the demand areas on S&P 500 index. We'll move on to S&P 500 futures E-mini. Same story last couple of days, a range bound market 5720. So the near-term supply 5800, 5875 is the supply levels where the sellers will be interested, and the buying opportunity is still 5400 near-term in the future. But for now, momentum is up on the S&P 500. Look for the price to the sell areas, push back to the lows. We'll move on to SPY ETF Spider. Last couple of days again range bound market between 570 to 557. So the main overhead supply is on 575 and 585 supply and sell areas. Definitely more sellers comes into the market expecting. So this is the key area has been broken on S&P. So watch out these supply areas 575, 585. So look for price push to this area and then sell off to this these to test these lows. Momentum is still up on S&P SPY ETF also. Moving on to Nasdaq index, NDX cash index, same story on equity markets, pretty much range bound between 20,000 to 19,400ish area, and momentum is still going up a little bit. We may see the price going to touch down at least this 200-day moving average before it's going to further, and then if the market is strong it may test the 21,000ish supply area on Nasdaq cash index. Our buy area still not changed, still 18,000. We're looking for the long-term entry on Nasdaq, which is 18,000 areas. Moving on to Nasdaq futures. Nasdaq futures, same thing, range bound market between 19,000 to 20,100ish area. Near-term supply, overhead supply is 20,764 to 20,500, and because of this area is the prior breakout area of the main demand. So definitely watch areas are 20,500 is the supply levels for Nasdaq futures. QQQ ETF. This one have same thing, range bound market between 485 to 475. So if the Nasdaq futures have the momentum upside like it shows here, then we expect the price going to touch down the 495 200-day moving day average, and then if it is more stronger it's going to touch down this 500 QQQ supply area, which is the overhead supply. It's prior breakout entries here, so definitely watchable on 500. So if long on this market 480, look for at least some profit taking opportunity on 500 on QQQ. Moving on to TQQ. TQQ, our still buying area, this is held 57.98, and we are still in the low end of the spectrum of the TQQ market. If the price pushback is going to go to the 70 range at least on the first target. If the Nasdaq futures more stronger, then this TQQ may eventually go to the 76.80 supply area on TQQ. Moving on to Dow Jones Industrial. Same setup on equities. Last couple of trading days, range bound market, looking for a little bit more push to the upside. Look, watch out areas are 43,000 supply, overhead supply, resistance, and I don't see a good demand until it's gonna reach to 40,000 area for long-term entry on Dow Jones. Moving on to Dow Jones futures, E-mini Dow. So right now, last couple of days, it's a range bound, but it did minor test on the sell area of 42,000, 43,000. So there are still may price a little bit deeper and then push back down here. On the demand front, I'm still looking at the 39,000, 40,000 area for long-term opportunity and Dow Jones futures. Moving on to Diamond ETF, DIA. So the 425, 430 is the sell area, at least a profit taking opportunity on this massive downtrend. So if the price pushed a little bit higher, so look for at least 425, 430 sell area. And the long-term buy opportunity on Diamond is still 400-ish area. I'm still looking for this area to be filled at some point near term in the future. But for now, it's a downtrend on the Diamond. We'll move on to Russell. This is the weakest market in the overall equity indexes. We have a massive downtrend going on, and then this is a retracement back to the sell areas. We're expecting 2165, 2200. Right now the price has been closed at 2056, so look for slowly grinding up to this area and to sharp sell off to the 2000 is again back to the lows. So watchable on the supply levels 2165, 2200 ish area. And Russell also have significant on MicroStrategy and also Bitcoin price. So if the Bitcoin go up a little bit, it will go up, and then based on the price of Bitcoin may go down to a little bit because of the MSTR of the key component in Russell. Russell futures, same thing. This right now testing this area of this minor supply, and they have a light sell off last 2 days. So we have to see if this price holds back to this supply area 2171, 2223, and then look for selling opportunity back to this 1900 level at some point near time future. Right now the trend shows really a downtrend because this uptrend is broken. The lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This lower high is a opportunity to sell down to the 1900. Moving on to IWM, last couple of trading days is a range bound on basically 200 to 210. So look for slowly grinding higher to 215 area for selling opportunity, and then push the price back down to 200 at least on a near term future. Moving on to DAX futures, German DAX. So our last couple of days, again, it's a range bound market between 2300, 22,000 ish area. So we look for the long-term entry on 20,000 because of the massive uptrend. We're looking for the retracement here, come back to another high. Euro Stoxx 50, same setup. Last couple of trading days is a range bound market between 5,500 and 5,300. We're going to look for 5,000 ish area on a Euro Stoxx 50 index futures to come back to these lows, this joint term trend. We're going to move on to our VIX volatility S&P 500 index. So apparently now the volatility is down now last trading sessions, even though S&P is not that strong, but we may expect volatility spikes next week because of this area of holding of volatility. So we may expect another push back to 28 and then come back to again testing these lows. That's on the VIX volatility level. We'll move on to crude oil futures. Crude oil, last couple of days we have a slight strength showing up in the market, on the momentum also showing up. So at some point, crude oil is basically a bullish season after February until the summer. So we expect the price can go slowly grinding to the 75-ish area at some point this season. Well, moving on to gold futures. Gold is one of the strongest market in the metals area. We have a massive uptrend going on. then there is no retracement, so we have a minor retracement came to here, but looking for another buying opportunity on 2900-ish area on gold futures. This is where the previous buyers and sellers have a battle, and buyers want to make a price to make a new high. So definitely waiting for a retracement opportunity on 2900 and push the price to another high to 3100. Right now this is a clear uptrend in the gold futures market. We'll move on to bonds, TLT. TLT bonds is a 20-year treasury bond ETF. Right now the price is in the middle 90. If I want to re-enter the market for buying opportunity, look for 88, 80, 88, $86 entry, and then these supply areas are 93.50, 94.50, because the bonds are in a downtrend, lower high, lower low, lower high, and looking for the retracement, come back to the race. The last two charts as well, Dixie and Bitcoin. Dollar index, this demand zone has been held, so minor supply on this one, so price come back here a little bit, push back down, and at some point dollar gonna go back to 107's main sell area supply. So watch out for other currency markets. Dollar is the driver for the currencies. Moving on to Bitcoin futures. This level we talked about last time, the price has been held 77,000. We had a nice reaction back to the here, but I still see some kind of weakness in the market overall. So still, if I want to re-enter the Bitcoin market, I will still wait for 71, 74,000, 73,000-ish area to go for the long on the Bitcoin. The same setup I can see in Bitcoin cash index also, 73,000-ish area. This is a prayer breakout area and made this new high. So I'm looking for a retracement on 73,000 to make another high to 110k. So I'm looking for a long-term entry on 73,000 on Bitcoin cash index. So these are the updates for broad market. So next week, S&P, we're expecting back to this the supply zone, the overhead supply 5780, 5800, and test these lows, or further if the weakness more, then we may test this buying area 5400. Thank you. Thank you all to share my thoughts on the markets. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a market update. Stay happy, stay fit, stay healthy, and have a safe trading and investing.